And we are live. Welcome, everybody. It is Wednesday. It is 8 p.m. Welcome to King of the VC. Feels like the first comment. Feels like the king. You are, sir. Welcome. Joe, how you doing, man?
I'm good. A different spot. You and I have had this discussion already, but we'll
It feels
pretend
like
to be in
moments
it.
ago we did. Yes.
Yeah, for those that have tuned in before, which I don't believe I recognize either of these. Anyway, sitting in a different spot tonight, a little more comfortable instead of sitting on the stupid hard stool that I always sit on. And but things are good. Took the day off today. Gonna head to Minneapolis tomorrow for the weekend, and yeah.
So what's in Minneapolis? Anything exciting?
Yeah, I'm sure people are tired of me talking about it. I'm not tired of it though. I'm pretty excited. Green Day this weekend, so on Saturday. Yeah.
So
Uh,
my
Green
best
Day.
friend, my best friend saw them a week and a half, 2 weeks ago in Toronto, the Molson
Yeah.
Amphitheater, and said they were absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, that's what I
No,
keep
they weren't
hearing.
Molson
Is that it's
Amphitheater.
great.
They were at Rogers Center.
Were they? Yeah.
And it's funny because the night before, my friend was at the Molson Amphitheater, I guess now the Budweiser stage,
Right.
to see Sammy Hagar's concert.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
So my friend's sitting there, and 2 seats over from him, in the next box over, was Trey Cool.
Oh, really? Yeah. Just checking out Sammy, eh? Yeah.
And so my buddy's like, he texts me like, "Do I say something?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, you do."
Sure. Yeah. I mean, what's the worst that they can do? Like tell you to F off or go away? I mean, say hi. Say thanks for the
between
music.
songs, he leaned over and said, "Trey, big fan, man. Any chance I get a picture?" Apparently, Trey was totally cool. Took a picture with him, and
right on. That's awesome.
Blake saw him the next night at the Rogers Center and said they were absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've heard, like I said, I've heard good reviews. I'm not I think maybe we talked about this last week. I'm not a set list looker. I don't want to know in advance.
Right.
I have an idea of the runtime and the number of songs. That's all that I know out of this so far. But, well, that's not true because I know they're playing American Idiot and I know they're playing Dookie in their entirety. Whether they're going to start them and just do them in order, I don't know. But they're supposed to be playing them all. Maybe they'll mix it up a little bit. And then other songs as well. So looking forward to it. And the Pumpkins. I'm still not positive what to expect from the Smashing Pumpkins. I think they're going to be good. They're not going to be Green Day. They're not going to be, running all over the place, losing their mind. Billy will probably stand there for the most part and sing, although they got a new guitar player and she looks like she could be far.
Oh, we lost Joe. How you doing, Sam?
I'm good, Rob. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, much better. I would say 99% good. So, got a little bit of the sniffles, but other than that, I tested negative. So,
good.
Free and clear now. So that's good.
Yeah. Was this a bad bout of COVID, or was it just?
No. It was pretty mild. Like it just felt like a minor cold more than anything. We got Joe. I think we got Joe coming back here. Let's see. Let me see if I can close the other Joe out here. Hold on.
Yeah, heaven knows we don't need 2 of them.
No, we don't need one of them. Never mind.
Here we go.
So was that me? I guess that was me, eh?
You were there, kicked from the studio.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind. You're good. Okay. Now we're all working again. So, yeah. So to answer your question, Sam, no, it was just a mild. It started Wednesday, I think, with a scratchy throat, and then it was like a sinus thing, and then my nose started running, and I thought, oh shit, here we go.
Yeah.
And did I get COVID in Georgia? Yes, I did, but thankfully it was mild. And when I got home Friday night, I said to the wife, "Don't touch me. Let me get out of these clothes and put on some, relatively clean clothes and scrub my hands and everything." And I distanced from my family for a couple of days, stayed downstairs. I was down there from I left my house at Monday morning at 3:30 in the morning, and I got home Friday night at midnight. It was a long week. But
did you enjoy that Georgia heat down there?
It wasn't bad.
It's been bad here this week.
Well, because they had, I don't know if you got any of it, but that hurricane went up the eastern seaboard.
Yeah.
And I get from what the Atlanteans, I guess that what someone from Atlantis called an Atlantean.
Sure now.
Sure. What they were saying is, I guess that had sucked a lot of the heat away. So instead of it being I don't know what this is in American. Instead of it being 38, it was only 32, which is still hot. But
Yeah.
I've experienced a lot warmer in Georgia than was what we experienced. It wasn't too bad, but
Good.
you're still doing a trade show, being on your feet for 9 hours a day, and all that other shit. So,
Yeah.
but it was funny, Joe. You'll appreciate this. I'm driving through the middle of Atlanta because we stayed in Midtown and the show was downtown at the
Right.
Georgia World Congress Center. We're driving in an Uber in the morning, and I'm just thinking to myself, man, I could use a Tim Hortons. And lo and behold, we drove by the one and only Tim Hortons in all of Georgia. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is a Tim Hortons doing in downtown Atlanta?
You manifested it, man. It's like, I
I-
want a Tim Hortons. Hey, look, there's a Tim Hortons.
There it is. I took a picture of it so people would believe me.
Yeah, there you go.
As I'm drinking my Tim Hortons right now.
I
Yeah.
had no idea that they were anywhere close to this. I mean, I know they're like in the New England area and kind of what Michigan.
Well, all of the border states like New England, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Michigan, all along there. Because they're American owned now. They're owned by Restaurant Brands International. So
They're in Dubai, I think. Sorry, go ahead, Sam.
I'll say
Yeah.
this is a stupid question, but like, what's your American like food that you want when you come to to Georgia? Like, is there like a chain fast food place that you hit up?
there hasn't been any that I like. Hasn't been any that I've been to with any regularity. Because normally, when we're down there for a show, it's
You love cookout. That's what it is.
you take customers places, right? So you're not normally going to a chain. You're going to go find a nice steak restaurant for dinner or whatever. So it wasn't really any chains that I wanted to go to. So
Yeah.
I do enjoy a good In-N-Out burger though. In the West, I don't know exactly how far east In-N-Out burger is, but California, Nevada.
I think we
etc.
have some. I think we have some over here, but there's none in my area.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's nothing special. It's just a decent hamburger that's better than McDonald's and not as good as going to
Yeah.
an actual restaurant. So
Yeah.
one chain that I've never been to, but I want to. I don't know if they have food there, but the one American chain that I really want to go. I want to go to a Shake Shop one of these days. What do they call it? Shake Shack or whatever? Shake
Shake
Shack.
Shack. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, milkshakes, man. That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah. We have it's called Shake and Steak. I think we have one of those
I've
here.
heard of those. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like Cookout. But it's funny, we have one right next to Cookout. And then, because like when Alex was here, like the first thing we had to do was go to Bojangles, which I know you've seen being in North Carolina.
I've seen, but I've never been.
See, Rob, if you come down here, it would just like a fast food tour. That's what Jason wants to do. He said if he ever comes down here, he just wants me to take him on the fast food tour of the, Greasy Spoons.
That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
that would be okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be good.
Sounds like a great idea.
Yeah. I mean, again, one of these days, whenever you're in North Carolina, I mean, there will be a day when we will meet in person, I'm sure.
One of these days.
Yeah.
I hope it's not anytime soon. And I don't mean that because I don't want to meet you. I just don't want to go down there for work. So.
I get it. Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
Greetings. Mike says that Patty, his wife, says McDonald's shakes are better than Shake Shack. I don't believe that. McDonald's shakes are shit.
Shamrock Shake, though, you can't really go wrong with a Shamrock Shake, can you?
I guess not. Final Man is saying I should come to the UK for a full English fry up. I've been to England once in my life, and I love England. My family is English. My family is English. We came to Canada in 1832, so we've been here a while. But my family's from England. My grandmother was actually English, and I loved when I was there. I don't know what an English fry up is, but yeah,
I'm going with fish, maybe fish and chips.
Probably. I
fried
think
fish, maybe.
I'm not a big fish guy, but I will absolutely do an English fish and chip. I've done it
Yeah.
once, and it was delicious.
When I was over there, I remember, I think I had fish and chips like 2 or 3 times in one day. It was like, just different restaurants.
Yes, I had a Harvey's burger last night. I had a quarter Angus with cheese and bacon. It's okay.
I love how this has become, talk about our regional fast food places.
Well, listen to the topic there. Anything goes Wednesday,
You got that straight.
right?
How are
I
you,
mean,
Sam?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good.
I was out of town most of last week. That's why I couldn't join. My girlfriend lives almost 2 hours away, and she had just been in Europe for 2.5 weeks. So I was visiting with her. And
Yeah, you were. No, who can blame you? Miss your girlfriend. I wasn't insinuating anything. Keep going.
yeah, but I was like, I really want to get back to Wednesday night live streams. Because that's
Who doesn't?
priority number one.
Should be.
But no, we I mean, I'm sure like at the end we'll go around the horn, but you might as well talk early. We and her went to go see Old Crow Medicine Show, and I did a review about that on my channel. It was my third time seeing them, and obviously always a great time to see them. And it was a perfect night. It was like maybe like 80, 81 Fahrenheit. Great crowd. It was just a really fun time. But other than that, summer's kind of winding down. This week we haven't hit 90 this week, so that's been a good thing. That's been a plus. But yeah, I've got a gig tomorrow. I play some music tomorrow from 6 to 8.
Cool.
So I went live today for about an hour just to loosen up, the old joints from guitar, from missing the guitar for the last week. So that felt good. And yeah, I guess whatever happens tomorrow will happen at the gig, but it's always fun to know that that's, coming up.
So you are you at a point where you set yourself up a set list, or is it just read the room when you get there type of thing?
So I'm old school. I've got a 3-ring binder here with all the songs that are, in little, laminated slips and that kind of thing.
Sure.
So, I mean, I always like to start obviously with a song that's comfortable on the voice, something that I can play in my sleep essentially. And I'll start with that. And then from there, I'll read the room. Like if I see that it's a lot of older people, like I've got, obviously I have Bob Dylan, I've got Jim Croce, I've got Gordon Lightfoot in my resume here. So like I'll pull those out, reading the room. If some younger people come in, I have like some like the modern, like indie kind of folk groups that like, oh, they'll listen to that. And like, I'm playing for the tips is what I'm doing.
Sure.
And then also the money that they give me, but anyway.
Good. That's good. It's probably fun just to go in and roll with it sometimes too. It's nice to have. I think football teams will always have those first couple of plays set up, but then you see what the defense has got and go from there, right?
Yeah, it's like if you ever go to, a college or a high school graduation, and it's like this, it's the president of the college giving the speech. It's going to be the same speech as it was the year before, with just a couple of it. He'll just replace the year and then maybe like a current event from that year, but everything else is about the same.
Yeah, exactly. Just layers of whiteout right in the new stuff. Right in the new stuff.
Yeah. But no, I mean, I have the songs that I like. I've been really bad the last few times of incorporating at least one new song into the set, whether it's a cover or a new original. And I haven't done that for a long time. And I've been working on about 4 or 5 that I want to incorporate into this set. So we'll see. I'm not 100% with them, but I'm really there as background music while people have drinks and, hamburgers and stuff. I'm not really advertised per se. So it's kind of like they show up and say, oh, there's music here. That's cool. Let's go ahead and still get our drinks that we were going to get, whether you were here or not.
Yeah, sure. That's all right, though. That's good. Make the most of it. Get out and play, right?
It's cool. I mean, they pay me a check, and then I have like a $25 meal credit, and then all the tips, whatever I make.
Cool.
And I have I have like a QR code that links to my Venmo where they can, which is great for younger people that are there that don't carry cash.
Cash, what's that?
Right. Yeah, it's a dirty thing that you use for, things.
Gentlemen, this is like a year and a half ago or so. Guy on the street, have you got any spare change? I said, I'm sorry, all I've got is my bank card. And I swear to God, he said, well, you can just e-transfer me if you want. So seriously.
Wow.
I didn't, but good on him for what the heck. Yeah, sure. You don't have any. I can take an e-transfer, buddy. So,
yeah, right.
You admire that entrepreneurial spirit. Maybe go get a job.
Yeah.
Rick's saying, sing us the song. You're the guitar man. There you go. When's the last time you did a live show, Sam? Has it been a bit?
I want to say, I think May.
Oh yeah.
So I think it's probably been close to 3 months.
Oh wow.
I was supposed to play at this place on the 1st of this month, but I had, as you remember, I had my wisdom teeth pulled at the end of July, and kind of canceled. Well, I kind of said that I couldn't do it, so they were able to push me a couple weeks out. So I was supposed to have done this gig August 1st, but
that would have been entertaining with you. That would have been entertaining with your cheeks all puffed out. You could barely talk.
Right. Yeah. Thankfully, that didn't happen to me.
You'd sound like Bob Dylan.
That's the highest compliment you can give me.
That's right. Yeah, he thought that was a shot. That's not a shot, right? Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, right. Have you seen the trailer for the new Bob Dylan movie that's coming out with Timothy Chalamet?
I haven't watched it yet. No, I know that it's out there, but I haven't watched the trailer yet. So
it looks very cool. It looks very. It's the same guy that did Walk the Line, the Johnny Cash movie. So it's liable to be good. And I mean, I like it because he's gonna do his own singing and his own guitar playing. And it's only gonna go up till his electric years, like 65. So like his folk years up till then it's not gonna be a full life story.
Right.
So I'm sure that'll leave it open to a sequel if need be, but.
Yeah, that's right. If it goes over well, then the second part for sure. I did watch Searching for Sugarman rewatched. I had seen it before, but I rewatched it a couple nights ago. It's such an. I know you've talked about it before, and lots of people on here, but Sixto Rodriguez, for those that don't know, it's called Searching for Sugarman. It's a documentary. I won't get into all of it other than to tell you it's a good watch, and it's a cool story and a good story, right? I think it's safe to say a good story.
If it wasn't true, like, you couldn't make that up.
Yeah, no, agreed. Yeah.
It's one of those, right? So
yeah, definitely. So
good.
So, Joe, what's the record store looking like?
It's good. A little quieter through the summer. People are on holidays and things like that, but we've still got new people coming in every day. We're doing a little bit of radio advertising. I think I mentioned that a while ago, and that's maybe starting to draw a few. And then other than that, really, it's just kind of social media, word of mouth, guys that I know type of thing. And, we're not going to make money hand over fist by any means, but the profit can be good, so you don't have to sell a whole bunch, Plus, what's nice, and I think I've explained this before, is that we're a store inside of a store. So the lights are already on, and the heat's already paid for and things like that. So that helps as well. But yeah, I think by all accounts, from my perspective, it's going well. And I think from the customer's perspective, it's all been going well. They all seem happy with selection. I've got another big collection that I bought that I've got to get cleaned and put out. But yeah, and what's been cool, and I should have known it anyway, or I did know, is just the eclectic choices that people will make. You 100% cannot read. I mean, we all know that when it comes to music, but you 100% cannot read books by the covers. Certain people come in and you go, that dude's going to buy the Metallica that I've got for sale, and that dude buys the Metallica. Yeah. But then he also buys a Bay City Rollers album because his wife likes it, or it was something that he listened to, or his mom listened to, something like that. So that's kind of cool when that happens, when they take, I don't know if that's actually a case or not, but because I have sold Metallica and Bay City Rollers, I'm not sure I've sold them at the same time. But yeah, so it's been good. It's been okay. Got to find some more stock. It's kind of a catch-22. Got to have new stock to bring people back, but I also don't want to go and buy a big collection with a bunch of stuff I've already got. There are certain albums, if you had 100, you'd sell 100. Rumors, Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell. There's certain ones you get them in and they go. But to buy that big collection, even if it's 100, to get 10 good new you haven't had before, you're still getting those other 90 with. There's nothing wrong with them, but you've already got a decent copy of those 90. So it's turning out to be a little more selective now as to what we're going to buy. unless the price is right, and then you just take the extra 90, right? I mean, if they're going to give them away, then you take the extra 90 and you figure it out after that. So
You don't want to
Yeah.
be stuck with so many dollar records, right? That you got no place
Right.
to put them.
yeah, exactly. So, you have a big sale every once in a while and you blow a bunch of stuff out, and you know what you paid for it. And you can still, if you get your money back or you get close to your money back or whatever, or even if you, this is going to sound bad from a business perspective, even if you don't necessarily get your money back, but you have a big sale and you bring a bunch of people in and they come in and they buy that day, maybe they'll buy down the line. It's like lost leader stuff, advertising stuff. Plus it's cool because then people get to come in and they get to buy some albums that, maybe they wouldn't just because they're $1 a piece for the day type of thing. So
Put a plug in for your store, Joe, on
Yeah.
a vinyl.
yeah, it's On a Vinyl, ONA Vinyl. We're inside On AV. We don't have Discogs. We only sell to people locally, which I know sounds kind of silly, but that's just the stance that I've kind of taken. What we're going to do for now. That way, there's no he said, she said with shipping. I don't have a problem with physically doing the work of shipping. I just think it might be a pain in the butt. Records get shipped all the time. It's just something I don't necessarily want to deal with right now. Maybe down the line we will, but we kind of like Dylan, and I think like Mike at the In Groove as well. They ship, but I don't know if they ship their used stuff. I think maybe they do. Anyway, we kind of keep it all for local people, and that's what we're doing for right now. But with that said, it is On a Vinyl, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and live in person. And you won't even have to see me for the next 2 weeks. I'm not going to be there. I'm going on holidays. So
If I think of it when after we're done live, I'll add the link to your store
thanks.
YouTube channel in the description if I think of it later on. So
Perfect.
Joe
Thank you.
posts every week or so some of the
Yeah.
some of the new stuff or records that shouldn't be here, or you've got a bunch of different topics.
Yeah, I've kind of started that little thread in the last. It's a couple episodes in now. Just 12 records. I don't think when I look at them sitting in the bin going, well, that's a really good record. Why is that here? It's $5 or it's $10 or it's something, and it's a good record. Now, there's lots and lots of them. I just happened to pick 12, and that's one of the things. And then I did one, came out yesterday, albums with posters and things inside of them and just things that we've got in the store. So I think I picked 10 that had posters or In Through the Outdoor, where the cover had the watercolor and stuff like that. Things that, I think a lot of record people will know, but maybe not. And I don't know who's watching. I think probably record buyers are watching. Ultimately, that's what I want to watch. But I thought it was informative and I have fun with it. So it's cool. It's good promo for the store and it gives me something to do. And I still get to have that little bit of an outlet besides the live stuff that we've been doing, which I really enjoy doing as well. So,
And then you're off the hook for doing videos on your own channel.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, I still have to think of content. It's just a little bit easier, but yeah, exactly. So, which I shouldn't. I told you this before. The only reason that I stopped
I'm
my
just giving you a hard time.
Yeah, no, that's fine. The only reason I stopped my channel is because I tended to be a bit of a smartass and have fun with it, which should not mean anything in any way, shape, or form. But unfortunately, in the world these days, you can't piss people off if you want them to come in and buy stuff from you. But then I come on here and drop F-bombs and have a good old time anyway. So I don't know where my logic is. But anyway, that's what I'm doing for now. So.
Well, there's only 16 people watching, so
Yeah, okay. So that's good.
How many people are going to watch this that are actually in the Regina area?
Yeah, well, hopefully, maybe one or two anyway. So that's good.
I have yet to see someone in the real world that actually watches my channel, so I think you're probably safe, man.
Yeah, there you go.
We're not all famous like Sam, so.
Well, no, exactly.
Am I famous? Am I known to be famous?
Well, you're playing a gig tomorrow, and people are going to come see you, so.
Exactly.
Or I'll just disrupt their supper and their drinks. Like, oh, he's playing John Prine songs.
There you go. You should
but
live
at least
stream the whole show, Sam.
Yeah, that's right. At least they knew it was a John Prine song, so that's good.
Yeah. I'll tell you, one of the weirdest things about playing out is it's only happened about probably 3 or 4 times, is when people actually start like filming you on their phones, like you would like at a concert. That's a weird feeling. I mean, it's cool because I'm like, oh, I'm good enough where they're like, oh, this is cool. Like, I'm going to film this and like, at least like text it to a friend or something. Like that's just like, it's a weird kind of surreal experience. So I can only imagine where like, these big name musicians or celebrities, post, pictures with fans, like fans just coming up to you at a restaurant and wanting to take a picture. Like I can only imagine how weird that is all the time.
Gotta be bizarre.
Yeah. Yeah.
You gonna play any John Mayer tomorrow?
No, because I'm not a good guitar player. I love John Mayer.
I'm
I
glad
love
you
John
take,
Mayer.
I'm glad you take it in a positive light, though, of the filming, because again, that means they're enjoying it, right? They're going to show their friends and go, "Hey, this young guy was playing at where we went out for drinks the other day, and he was really good," and they're taking the time to do that. So that's good. That's cool.
And I remember that the first time it happened, there was a lady, an older lady in her 60s or so. I say older. I don't think that's old, just so you know.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
I'm in that weird mindset where age is like a personality thing. Like some people that are in their 50s act old, but there are some people. I mean, I don't look at Paul McCartney as old.
Right.
He's 82. But I remember a lady was sitting at the bar, and I was playing. I think I was playing a Lord Huron song actually. she was filming it, and like it was cool. Like it was just like it was a weird feeling for that to happen for the first time. And then like she came up when she was leaving the restaurant and told me that, she's been on a Lord Huron kick and appreciated me singing. And it's a really cool feeling for that to be the case. So
that's great. Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Richard says you are a good guitar player, Sam.
Well, thank you. I'll take that. Like I'll take my mom saying I'm a very handsome man,
Well, I will echo that sentiment. As a shitty guitar player who owns too many guitars, Sam is a good guitar player.
Well, appreciate it, Rob. Thank you.
No, I mean it with all sincerity, man. Seriously.
Yeah, from what I've heard. Exactly.
Thank you.
I don't have the balls to get up and do that. Not because I'm a shitty. I mean, I am a shitty guitar player, but I also can't sing. If my life was on the line and I had to sing, I'd be dead.
Well, say what's your go-to, like you pick up the guitar, what's your go-to like noodling kind of tune?
I can't mention that band because then people will make fun of me. That's what they do every time.
No.
There's a certain band I like to talk about too much. It would be something by them, but I can't mention them because.
Is it Creed?
Yeah, it's Creed.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. And then I go into a little bit of Kid Rock. Yeah.
Well,
excellent.
Only the top classics for you, Rob.
Absolutely, they're the best. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
And that was the big thing for me. Was like I remember the first time that I played, like where I was booked for 2 hours by myself. It was the most bizarre feeling because I was thinking, are they going to take it well? How's it going to go? I know I'm just background music. But I started with 3 songs that I could do in my sleep, and that was that completely calmed me down. As soon as I got those songs out, I'm like, I can play whatever I want now, and people are gonna go along with it as long as I don't completely screw it up.
In a scenario like that, are you trying to win them over? Are you trying to win them over? Do you care that you win them over? And can you see that you've won them over? Or I know that so the middle answer might, take away from the first and the third answer, but can you tell though that you've won them over, I guess, when that happens?
I remember I think it was the second time that I played. Actually it might have been the first. The song that I got the biggest applaud for was Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. I played that. And I remember there were a couple of older gentlemen sitting at a table for 2, and they were both clapping and were looking at me directly, for me to catch their eye, and they were pointing that I did a good job. So whenever I get that big applause where I can see there's at least 4 or 5 people in a restaurant, I'm not even vocally mic'd because it's that background, it's that kind of place. And it's I've got my amp on a very low volume just for finger picking purposes. But if I could strum loud enough and get by with it without an amp. But when you get 4 or 5 different people from different tables, kind of turn and look, and they're actually focused on you for even if it's 20 seconds, that's a long time when you're having food as your number one priority.
Sure.
So that is a really cool thing to see, like, oh, this many people recognize the song enough to turn and are interested enough to listen to it for, 20 seconds. Because even though we're in our own little bubble vinyl community here, most people don't really care about music the way that we do. If you couldn't tell, you go to any kind of, even a venue where you pay to listen to music, people are yapping the whole time. And it's like, this isn't a sports bar. Like you're seeing, Paul McCartney play. You just paid $400 to have nosebleeds. Why are we talking here? Like, shut up.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah.
But
well, I think I told you I was at the Jewel and the Melissa Etheridge concert, and Jewel's voice was off and she was pretty quiet. And yeah, they were just like, I mean, how do you tell 3,000 people to shut the hell up? Because I'm trying to enjoy the performer along with, the other 2,000 or whatever. But and I think sometimes the performer will go, I haven't seen it often, but sometimes the performer snaps a little bit too, or maybe they're oblivious to it. I guess it depends what kind of mood they're in. If it's like, hey, I don't want to listen to you guys anymore. I'm here to sing, and I would like, a little bit of decorum while I'm doing it. But yes, and no, I do not play the guitar in any way, shape, or form. I have a guitar, but it sits there, and that is the extent of it. I play rock band. That's about the extent of my guitar, and I can keep a little bit of a beat on the drums, but I can't sing. I can't play an instrument all that well. I do enjoy being in front of people. I've done a bunch of live speaking and things like that, but nope, can't sing worth a damn and can't play guitar. And so I could cowbell the hell out of a song, though. Like, if any of Sam, if you ever need an accompaniment on cowbell, if we're ever going to do that, I can do that for you if you ever need.
You got it covered. I'm going to try a little experiment here. I'm going to show this next comment, and we're going to see if Music Talk with John pops up. Because when you mention the name Billy Joel out loud, it's like when you say Beetlejuice 3 times, he shows up. You say Billy Joel, Music Talk with John shows up. So, Final Man says, I watched Billy Joel live in UK 2 days ago. Absolutely phenomenal. Cool. So we'll see if John shows up. If he doesn't, this will be the first time that's ever happened. Richard says, I do karaoke now and then. Sometimes the crowd is into what you're singing. Other times people are just yakking.
Richard, I saw the last 2 nights the Head and the Heart were at Red Rocks in your neck of the woods. And I've seen all the clips and everything. It looks awesome. They had like the logo of the band projected up on the actual rocks on either side. And I'm like, man, what I would give to see any show at Red Rocks. I mean,
Jesus Christ. There he is. Did somebody say? I told you. You mentioned the word Billy Joel, and here comes Music Talk with John.
John, you're a different kind of guy.
You're a different dude.
I think John was just lurking till the word Billy Joel popped up, and then
Yeah, John, don't you have a family to hang out with?
I'm with you there.
John, I sent you a text. If you want to join us, man, I'll send you the link. We could always use a fourth. Strength in numbers.
I'm with you, though, on wanting to see something at Red Rocks. My daughter has, but I haven't yet. And, I look back to some of there's been so many great shows that have been there. I don't know if it would necessarily matter who. I think there might be some artists might lean a little better into that venue. Maybe not, but, wouldn't want to see some of my typical pyro bands there. That wouldn't be right. But I'd go see a lot of people there. But
yeah.
So Billy Joel did a one night in Cardiff in the UK and Wales and sold out, and 80,000 people turned up from all over Europe just to watch the concert. That's crazy. 80,000 people. That's phenomenal.
I do notice the Vinyl Man there. I'm just not noticing his picture there that he's actually holding a John Mayer record. I'm just not noticing that.
Well, we won't hold that against them.
I would hold it close to my heart against me. Yeah.
We have a great, nice new stadium that got built about 7 years ago. We haven't had a concert in there for 5 years. I'm not sure what it is with touring acts anymore. Like Metallica's coming, but they're playing Edmonton, which is a little bit west of us for those that don't know. And then Pink is also in Edmonton. Now, Commonwealth holds probably an extra 20K, but bands just aren't playing in Canada that much anymore. Even our Canadian bands are not playing in Canada, and there's not the big, like, there's bands that are not even playing Vancouver anymore. It used to at least be Montreal, Toronto, Vancouver.
Yep.
Now it's Toronto, and that's it.
And that's
like
it.
Green Day. Green Day is a perfect example. Not in Vancouver, and there's big football stadiums, like 60,000 seat stadiums, indoor out there that they could play. Montreal, they're not playing Montreal. They're playing Toronto, and that's it. And they're doing one show. I just I understand. I guess I understand, but I also don't understand. I guess the costs have just skyrocketed, but I don't know. I mean, especially once you're above the border, come on out everywhere else. But
apparently Metallica's playing Commonwealth Stadium, so there you go.
They are, yeah. Next this weekend, maybe actually they're doing the 2-day thing, and then the following weekend's Pink, or it's whatever, a week out from that, something like that. But yeah, that was announced 2 years ago. Metallica, and I like Metallica, and they're a great show. But Metallica wanted ticket money 2 years ago. They announced that concert. There was like a full calendar year, and then this part of this calendar year. So like tickets went on sale in November of 2022 for the concert that is next weekend. Metallica doesn't get my $100 for a year and a half.
No,
Nobody.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that. I want to go back to this one comment here for a minute. Vinyl Man says, I've recently got into Whitehorse. That's awesome, because I talk all the time about how amazing Whitehorse is. Where did you start? I'm curious what Whitehorse you started with. So let me know in the comments. We got Sam coming back here, I think. There's Sam.
Yeah, it locked up. Sorry about that.
It's all good, man. It's all good. Where are we here? Support act for Billy Joel was Tom Jones, who's from Wales. I was going to say Tom Jones, but not the Tom Jones.
Yeah, no, it should be the Tom Jones, isn't it? If it's from Wales,
That is Tom Jones.
Yeah,
yeah,
I think.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, he's the Welshman. That was his nickname, wasn't it?
That might be good. That might not have been a bad show, actually. Tom get everybody all warmed up and little What's New Pussycat to get things going, and then Billy Joel coming out. So
apparently Winnipeg's been getting a lot of bands on the itinerary.
yeah, I guess not a lot of the bigger, but yes. I mean, I shouldn't say that nobody's playing, because Springsteen's playing a lot of dates across Canada. It's just not Saskatchewan. He's playing Winnipeg and Edmonton and Calgary, and
I looked for some Springsteen tickets, but it was well after they had gone on sale, and they were the only things left were the ones I could never afford. So
yeah, exactly. I'm willing to pay a fair amount, but not oh shit, it's sold out, and these are the resale scalping ticket prices. I'm not at that point yet. So, but
yes.
So yeah, I shouldn't say that there's no touring music, and I shouldn't say that there's no good touring music. That's not it. I guess I was just bitching about the fact we've got this great stadium and we haven't had a concert here for a number of years. The last time we had something was Garth Brooks, which again was about 4 or 5 years ago, and he played 3 nights and he was really good, but I don't know. I'm not sure what it is.
Have you seen the new thing that I don't know if either of you follow Jack White, and I'm not even a Jack White fan, but what he's doing, I mean, I don't know if you heard, he did a surprise release record that he was, putting in the bags of everybody at Third Man Records. Yeah. Well, people were asking like, oh, is he going to tour the record? Well, he's already on tour, but he's announcing these club dates like the day of. So like he just played like at the Basement East in Nashville last night. And so it's essentially like you've got to be on your guard for like these little club dates and like, like restaurants that he's going to be playing at. That's going to be the tour. Yeah. And it's like, day of kind of stuff. And like, I think it's kind of cool. Like, I think it keeps music exciting, which is like what Bob Dylan did for the Rolling Thunder Review. Like you didn't know that he was going to play until he showed up that day.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. I love all that kind of stuff too. Like where a band will come into town and they'll hide some tickets somewhere in town, and if you follow them, and there's a little bit of a scavenger hunt and things like that. There is lots of that. So again, to clarify, I wasn't saying there's nothing. I just would like to see some more. And Garth Brooks makes the king of the VC sad, but I like Garth Brooks. I was just actually listening to Garth Brooks this afternoon. So what are you going to do? I was listening to George Strait the other day too.
We talked about this weeks ago or months ago. I remember Music Sanctuary in Tuktoyaktuk, and I was blown away that was actually a real thing. So I don't know if either of you guys were on that episode, but Tuktoyaktuk is basically up in the Arctic Circle, up in either the Yukon or the Northwest Territories, and I guess Metallica played a show there years ago. It's like an Inuit village. So
yeah.
Well, do you remember the gimmick a few years ago where Kiss wanted to play on every continent, and so they played in Antarctica? I think Metallica did it too.
Too bad they didn't stay there. Sorry, Joe. I'm just kidding, man.
See, I don't mind Kiss. It's just surprising for me.
Yes, I agree with that. It's surprising for you, but that's good because again, you don't know what people are going to listen to. It's probably not your go-to at any given point, but every once in a while,
I get the urge. Like I watched the Kiss documentary that came out a few years ago from A&E. Like there was the original documentary. It's on Disney Plus now, and I watched it just one night. And I need to go back to some of those. So I went back and listened to Creatures of the Night, the first record, Dress to Kill, stuff like that. Which again, you don't expect it from me, but like when I get the urge, I'm like, yeah, I can knock out 3 or 4 Kiss records this week. Like that's no problem.
Yeah, that Self-Titled is a really, really decent album. I mean, for what it is. Again, you have to take it for exactly what it is. It's not epic songwriting. It's not even necessarily good songwriting, but they crafted a really decent album. Yeah. Yeah. It is what it is. So
even for people that don't like Kiss, I mean, I think that's just like a standard like rock and roll record. It's got like Black Diamond on it and stuff like that.
Yeah. Exactly.
I cooked up an idea for Joe and I. We're going to do a Kiss video in the coming few weeks. So
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I won't say any more than that. It's an interesting spin on it, but yeah. Here's a quick question. And yes, it's absolutely true. I've noticed this. A lot of 90s punk rock, well, not even 90s punk rock bands, just 90s acts in general that started touring. And also there's a lot of 90s vinyl, a lot of 90s albums that weren't available on vinyl that are now being issued on vinyl. There's kind of like almost like a 90s renaissance happening, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, they're hitting all the 30th anniversaries. Like it's a good time to knock out. Yeah.
Which segues into something perfectly I wanted to ask Sam about.
It's my 30th anniversary this year too, just so you know.
True. Have you pre-ordered definitely maybe the 30th anniversary yet?
I have not. No, I've been very lax on my record buying of late, but it's on my want list. Did you get it? What variant?
I did. I pre-ordered it off Amazon. I did the vinyl version, the super deluxe or whatever that has the album and then has the early album demos from whatever the hell that studio was called. Yeah, I'm excited about it. They've released a couple of them on YouTube. I don't know if you saw it, but they released the demo for Sad Song. But instead of Noel singing it, as he does on the album, Liam did vocals on it. And it's remarkable. It's Liam like you've never heard Liam before.
Really?
Yeah. It's Liam. You know, Liam's got that kind of nasally whine, right? That's kind of not in this. It's Liam sounding very sincere and not assholey like he often does. If that's any indication of what the rest of it's like, man, I am super excited.
Now, are you? I know. I sent you a message, but looks like I froze again. Can you hear me? Okay.
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I don't know why my internet is showing full coverage here, but are you gonna go with the CD version of American Idiot? The 20th.
Yeah. So I want to do the vinyl version because I'm not. Can you still hear us, Sam?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just trying to figure out the camera, but yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So I'm not I don't really like CDs. It's not that I'm like, CDs suck. I just don't enjoy the experience of listening to a CD. So I really want the vinyl version of American Idiot, but it's $190 some odd bucks.
Yeah.
And I can't justify that. But the equivalent in CD, I saw was only like $70. I'm like, well, I can do $70.
Uh-huh.
I love the album, so yeah, I'm gonna order. I think it's like 6 CDs or something like that. So
Uh-huh.
absolutely, I'm gonna do that for sure. I know you love Oasis, and as a British person, I love them too. But have I heard of a band called the Stereophonics? Absolutely, they're great.
Yep.
I don't own anything by them in physical format. I've got some stuff digitally, but yeah, I need to. I don't know. I assume that they probably have some vinyl out there somewhere. I've just never seen it and never purposely gone to hunt for it. But they're a great band, absolutely.
Speaking of 90s band and speaking of vinyl and speaking of Green Day, I saw a comment a while ago. Someone took our recommendation, and I don't know if they went and they bought Saviors, but they did say thank you. And I can't remember who that was. It might have been the Vinyl Man.
Trying to find it. I'm sorry if I missed it.
No. I remember I meant to bring it up, but it was good. I'm glad that people have listened to us on that one because, again, for lack of repetitiveness, it's good. It's been sitting there since I bought it because it just goes on every couple of days. I really like it. It's just a really good album. So
I really do too. I enjoy it a lot. I've added to my list of here's Sam, he's back.
Whatever.
Well, last week it was me, Joe and Alex, and whoever was on with Joe and Alex last week. I tried to dial in from my hotel room, and I lasted about 15 minutes, and it kept crapping out, and I just said the hell with it.
Yeah, that's what's happening right now. For my Wi-Fi is showing complete bars. So, and for what I have to pay for my Wi-Fi, I'd expect never there to be an issue. But
yeah, no kidding.
Anyway,
you think the internet's expensive down there? We're triple the price up here, man. So.
Oh yeah, my bill is due. I think they just transferred from my account yesterday.
It's ridiculous, but
I mean, where I am, it's $150 a month.
Oh, that's not triple. I'm 130.
Oh, really? Oh, everyone says, oh, it's so cheap in the States. I go, fuck, it's $150, $170 up here.
No, because I'm on the middle tier. Like it's like I bought this when I was working from home. And I needed good Wi-Fi connection. But anyway.
I see there's a question for me, which you can bring up and I'll start to answer it. So honestly, I use Discogs. I think for the most part, just because that's a great place to see at least what others have paid. It's not the be all end all. It's not the Bible by any means. And I certainly don't go by the highest price and I certainly don't go by the lowest price either. And it is often in the median, but you can see how many people have it, how many people want it. You can see how recently it's sold, what it has sold for, the quality and the quantity of and things like that. So it's just a great reference point for someone like me. I don't know what people did before. I guess they know they bought it for X and then they decided they'd put Y on it, or I'm not sure, or it was just a matter of you just keep doing it for long enough. Part of it as well is from keeping an eye on some of the other places in town. There's not a bunch of them, but seeing what they do. Part of it is going to pop-ups because I've been doing that, and I've been doing pop-ups, putting them on and going to them for a long time as well. So I have a pretty good idea in that respect. And that's the honest to God answer is a lot of Discogs, Pop Psych as well to a certain extent on certain ones. Hey, what did it go for at an auction price? What is a kind of a crazy price, and then figure it out from there. But that's what I go by for the shop anyway. So
there you go.
Yeah,
I have to come back to this. One night, Vinyl Man was getting drunk, and he bumped into Liam Gallagher, and he made you peel a potato at the bar. I got to hear this story.
Yeah, we need more. We need more of that story. Yeah.
If you want to join us, I will happily post the link. Come on up and join us. I really, really, really want to hear this story. I really do. Richard, yes, I survived the heat swamp in Atlanta. It wasn't as heat swampy as it had been in years past. It was hot, but not hot by Atlanta standards. So, yeah, fun. Rogers. Yeah, that's who I'm with. $195. Jeez. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna copy the link here.
So you have your gig coming up. Any shows coming up as well, Sam, that you're going to?
There's a local venue here that they do kind of an annual thank you to their fans. It's a small venue. That's where I saw. I mean, I was just there to see Christopher Cross. I've seen John Oates there. I've seen Emmylou Harris, Charlie Daniels, all sorts of different people. They do a free series every year, and they announce 6 shows. You just reserve a ticket, no charge. There's an indie duo called Donna the Buffalo that have quite the name for themselves in the Americana world that are coming. And I don't know much about them. I listened to a couple of songs. I'm like, those 2 songs are good enough for me. I'll check it out. But the big show for me is in October. I'm seeing ELO in Atlanta.
Right.
And then I'm seeing another smaller group, the Lone Bellow, also, I think October 4th. It's the first Saturday, whatever that is.
Yes,
so
I'm
those
looking forward. I'm looking forward to ELO for your sake. They played Vancouver. They're one that played Vancouver, and I didn't get a chance to. But that's going to be phenomenal. I would think. So
yeah, I'm excited.
Welcome, the Violent Man. Do you prefer Chris or Christopher? What's your preference?
Just call me Chris. If you call me Christopher, I feel like my mother's giving you a bollocket, mate.
Fair enough. Welcome, Chris. Thanks for joining us.
Hey,
man.
Chris.
Yeah. To be honest, right? Can I just say a couple of things here?
Please.
Really quick? I've got the TV in the background. I'm watching live. I booked a day off tomorrow just to watch this. It's taken me like 3 months to watch you guys.
Oh boy.
Joe, I love your videos that you've been doing on the new store that you've been doing. Rob,
Right.
been a fan for a long time.
Thank
Sam, you're not as pretty in person as I thought you'd be, but
yeah, there you go.
I love it.
All right, that's when we kick Chris off, please. Yeah.
well, thank you very much, and good night.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So yeah, you want to hear the story? So
I got to hear
was
this
in-
Liam Gallagher story.
Yeah.
So I was in Cardiff about 3 years ago. Now just picture this. So he's set this concert on concrete by the bay with his water, and people have been drinking all. I'm trying not to swear. All
You
day.
can swear. It's all good.
Yeah, you're okay.
Okay, fuck it. So people have been drinking all fucking day, right? Now, and he's turned around and he's gone, can anybody peel a fucking potato? I go, yeah, I can do it. I'm like 50 behind me. I'm like, okay, he's not going to pick me. And he goes, oh, wanker. I go, oh, shit.
Oh shit. Yeah.
So I go, yeah. He goes, have you got a potato peel on you? I said, no, but I've got a key.
Oh shit.
Oh,
So he
gosh.
goes, you, me, tonight at the bar, Cardiff. Be there, prick.
Jesus, really?
Great, okay, whatever. And then some PR guy comes behind me and goes, he really wants to fuck you up. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck is going on? So anyway, we get back to the bar. The concert is terrible, by the way. Right. So get back to the bar and he goes, now peel that fucking potato.
Jesus.
So I peel the potato. He orders fucking 70 shots. He goes, you don't drink it, I will end you tonight. I am fucking John Lennon.
Oh Jesus.
Oh my
So
gosh.
that's pretty much what happened. With the Stereophonics though, Rob, you need to check them out. If you need any vinyl from that, I will send it to you for free
Ooh.
because they're from Wales.
Yeah.
I think Kelly Jones from the Stereophonics used to play with Noel Gallagher
Yep.
live.
Yeah.
So if you need anything, just reach out to me, mate. But guys, honestly, I love these live feeds. I watch it back again and again. I think, oh, please stay up.
Well,
Stay up.
thanks, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We have
Thank
fun
you.
doing them, and we're just three idiots in our basements with nothing to do. So
I understand
I'm
that.
third floor.
But I really enjoy all your channels.
Thank you, Chris.
And I love the fact that the other day Joe was trying to unbox the posters.
Yeah.
And I was like, mate, it's upside down. Please turn it round.
Yeah.
Mate,
I got there.
slightly, just work with us here.
I got
But
there
I
eventually.
love Joe. He's amazing. I gotta be honest, right? Every week he turns in and he goes, oh, and I'm like, Joe, it's upside down, mate. It's literally upside down.
Thank you, though. But I appreciate that very much. Thank you for watching. That's awesome. That's good.
But I have like done. But I'm doing a thread soon, Rob, and I want you to get involved.
okay.
It's
I'll
to
keep an eye
do
out
with
for it.
Kiss.
Oh
Which-
shit.
Yes, and
Oh.
I hate Kiss. So
Okay.
you might enjoy this.
Well, now I'm in. As soon as you said I hate Kiss, I'm in.
Yeah. Being from a background where, how can I put this? British music is better than American music because we got the Beatles, which you love.
I don't
We've got the Rolling
disagree. I
Stones,
don't
we've got the
disagree with you
Stereophonics,
there.
we've got
And-
Oasis. We've got so many better bands than
We've
the
got
US.
Kid Rock though.
And
You've
listen,
got-
We've
Sorry,
got
you
Nickelback.
bullshit then. What did you say then, Sam? Sorry, mate.
I said we've got Kid Rock.
You got Kid Rock. Or the paedophile that got okay, whatever, mate. So anyway, back to me.
listen. As a fellow subject of His Highness the King, I agree with you 100%. So
Oh
So
my
anyway,
god.
guys,
Long live the
you do an
king.
amazing job. Rob, I gotta give it to you, mate. I love the show every week.
thank you.
And you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
I will end this now because I don't want to make it about me. All right.
You're welcome to stay, man. Stay for
Yeah.
the rest of the night if you want.
Or
Well, we can do this, but you know,
It's up to you, man. You
I
feel
actually
free to-
booked. I actually booked tomorrow off because I really wanted to watch this live stream.
Well, this is what you should do. Stay with us for the next hour till we're done, and then tomorrow you can watch us with you.
With
and
you.
us.
Okay,
Exactly.
I won't advertise that I've been on with you because work might be pissed off slightly.
Well, I won't tell them. How about that?
Okay, all right, no worries. I'm sorry, I'm not in my normal location.
Oh, good.
Mum and Dad have gone on a cruise to the Caribbean, so I'm kind of watching the house.
Fair enough.
Usually my background is slightly better than this, but yeah.
It's all good.
I'll just shut the fuck up now so you guys can talk.
Hey, listen, as the subject is here, anything goes. There's nothing on the docket tonight. We're just shooting the shit because
no.
I've been too lazy and sick to put together, any
Okay.
kind of a
Can I
cohesive
just
topic.
ask a question then?
Yeah.
So, because from a British standpoint, which is obviously better than any other standpoint, let's be honest.
Obviously.
Well, it's not as good as a
that's-
Canadian standpoint, but slightly.
Because let's be honest, you're on 70-year-old voters going through trying to decide who's going to be the next world leader, whatever. Nobody cares.
right.
Let's be honest. So, if I'm going to do a thread on this, but I want to ask a question out loud now. Nobody's going to like this, but I'm going to fucking ask it anyway. There must be one record or one album or one artist in your collection you don't like, but you've bought it because you know that person's coming round to have a look at your collection, and you're going to go, yes, I have Fleetwood Mac. What album have you got? And I can name it for you right now. It's Kiss Greatest Hits for me. Just because it's there.
Huh.
When is it?
That's a great question. I mean, my cousin often gives me CDs that I don't really want. Like I have Iron Maiden CDs that I
Okay, Sam, I've got to stop you right there. Nobody gives a shit about CDs, mate. Right? Nobody gives a flying fuck. Nobody cares. Because if I put anything on my fucking YouTube channel and I go, guys, what do you prefer, coloured or black vinyl? And they go, I like CDs. I don't give a flying fuck. Mate, I'm asking you a question. What album, when I say album to you, I mean fucking vinyl, you imbecile. What
Wow.
album?
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Oh,
This
Chris,
is-
I'm
this
so
is-
glad you joined
Rob,
us tonight. This is
this
fantastic.
is why the UK Empire took over the world, mate, because we don't care.
That's true. You just eat the mashed peas and move on with your life.
May I ask you a question? May I ask you a question, Sam? What
Yes.
language do you speak?
Virginian.
The
No, you
queen-
don't. You speak fucking English, you imbecile.
No, have you heard
That's why.
people where Sam lives? That's not English.
Yeah.
Well,
It's a bit hard.
well, I've seen the comments, and yeah, I must agree with you, Rob.
No,
I did have somebody yesterday ask if I was British, and she was from Virginia, which was strange.
Oh, let me guess. Was she from Ireland by any chance? That needs
She was-
subtitles.
No, she was not. No. That is a good question. Like, what album do you have that? Alex, get up here.
Alex, the link's there, man. I'll post it. You got to join in this fun. This is great.
Yeah. After this is all over, we all unsubscribe from Chris. No,
Oh, you absolute son of a bitch.
no, I love you, man. You're awesome.
I've actually just hit 400 subscribers, so shove up your ass and fucking smoke it, you bastard.
I think
400. What the hell is 400?
okay, Rob.
By the way, guys, in the LinkedIn in description, because I've watched this so many times, if you go on to is it Canada's thing, you can get a discount code from Rob
Yes.
for your
If you go to Vinyl Storage Solutions,
Oh my
yeah.
and you use the promo code Northern10, you get 10% off your order of the best record sleeves out there. Thank you, Chris.
But guess what? It costs us fucking £10 to ship it to the UK. Which works out
That's
in
not my
Canada,
problem,
guys.
man.
$20 fucking dollars, you bastard.
No, listen, I don't work for the company. They just pay me a commission if you buy something. So
you gotta get a.
I
You
actually
gotta
tried it the other day, and I was like, "You son of a bitch!"
I
They
don't
have
make.
to
I don't work for the company, man. I'm just a brand ambassador or whatever the fuck they call it.
You know what? Nickelback comes to mind. Burn it to the ground.
Listen, we don't need to bring Nickelback into this.
Oh, by the way, I have to make a comment on this because this is pissing me right fucking off. Right?
Oh boy.
Ready for this?
I don't know.
Sure.
I fucking
sure.
love Brian fucking Adams.
Yes.
And I have put it on my fucking YouTube. I've got the best of Brian Adams, and I listen to him all the fucking time. He's a fucking legend. And by the way, he's a British citizen, which makes it even fucking better.
Yeah, well, you can have them.
Dang, Joe.
Thank you for the
That's
input,
not-
Joe. I love you to bits, mate.
I think I have well established my love-hate relationship with Brian Adams. I appreciate the talent. There are
I'll be
songs that I
back. My
love.
kid's having a meltdown. You guys carry it.
There are a bunch of songs that I don't like by Brian Adams. Plus, it is repetitive. I was at a job where the radio was always on. I had no choice on radio station, and it was all Brian Adams all day. So that is a big part
You
of it.
made an amazing comment last week, Joe. Got to give it to you.
Which was that?
I would like Brian Adams on certain songs if it wasn't overplayed.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the thing. And again, I'll restate that. If I never had to hear Summer of '69 and Everything I Do for You, I'd probably be a much bigger Brian Adams fan. I used to be on the
Think about it, though,
radio.
Joe. If you think about it,
Yeah,
Summer of '69 and Everything I Do for You. Do you think that's kind of related?
maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. You know,
Like
making
how
sure
you
everybody
mother?
gets
All right.
making sure everybody gets a turn. But
Well,
yeah, I
remember those Pop Tarts you used to lick before you even got started?
that's
That
right.
kind of situation there, mate.
Sam, I got to ask you something.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
afraid.
You said Head in the Heart, right?
Yeah.
Can you see that? I bought
Yeah.
this one the other day from a kid. It was sealed, so I haven't listened to it. What am I in for? Explain that one a little bit to me.
I mean, they're one of my favorite groups. I've seen them twice live, and I mean, that those first two records, that's the first one. It's that, mid 2000s folk kind of acoustic stuff, great harmonies. They're out of
Right.
Seattle, but a couple members are actually from Richmond here in Virginia.
Okay.
Or they set up shop in Richmond. But that particular album, that's got their two biggest tunes, which are Rivers and Roads and From This Valley. I mean, not From This Valley, Down in the Valley. And yeah, I mean, it's just acoustic instrumentation, 3-part harmony with the female lead vocalist who's on fiddle. She plays, fiddle on a lot of the tracks.
Good.
And just, I mean, it's kind of, it's a great, it came about for me at the exact right time in my life. It was during COVID, kind of like mid-20s for me when I was listening to it. And it hit me in a certain way. And I've listened to that album so much. And yeah, I mean, I think it's a near perfect record. I mean, it's in my top 100 for sure.
Cool. Good.
But
I'll
yeah,
have
I think
to,
like it. If you like that one, definitely move on into the second one too. Once you give that one some time and some love, it's a good one. Just very, very poignant, but it's got some of those great harmonies. And I did a live stream earlier today for about an hour where I was playing guitar, just kind of prepping for tomorrow. And
Right.
I did one of the songs from that record, Down in the Valley. It's one of the ones that I'll do live.
Awesome.
so-
That's good.
I'm interested. Yeah, I want to hear your thoughts about it when you get
Yeah,
it.
definitely. I will. So, Chris, back to
Yeah.
the Bryan Adams love in.
Yeah.
As a non-Canadian, obviously he got a lot of play here. Was it because we have a lot of Canadian bands? We have this discussion before. We have a lot of Canadian bands that are not well known in a lot of other parts of the world, let alone south of the 49th, but over there. Was it the exposure from the soundtracks that hit over there for Bryan Adams, or
Yeah,
was it
yeah,
from the start?
Yeah.
Was it
Yeah.
that's
It was-
where
it-
he gets his exposure over there?
I think Bryan Adams has the record in the UK for the Robin Hood soundtrack.
Yeah.
He's still got the record. I think it was close to 60 weeks in a row for number one. So obviously Summer 69 was big, but
Right.
like the Robin Hood soundtrack was massive, and it's still got the Guinness Book World Records in the UK for being number one for 60 weeks in a row or something.
Right.
And then you had Mel C from the Spice Girls done the song with him.
Yep.
Yeah, she did.
The one with Tina Turner, right?
Yeah,
So
so
that-
that was
that
number
too,
one for 8 to 10 weeks, I think.
Sometimes this is, of course, my own Canadian opinion. I feel that I don't know if it's the bands that I am not a massive fan of. I don't think it's because they got international exposure. Like I appreciate them all for their talent. Like Celine Dion, I'm not a big Celine Dion fan, but I appreciate her talent. But again, I think that's a name that a lot of people around the world would know. Bryan Adams is another. There's Nickelback. I mean, for what it's worth, good, bad, or indifferent, there are a lot of people around the world that know that name. So
I gotta be honest, right? When Nickelback first came out in the UK, sorry, I just dropped you on your head. Apologies
That's
profusely. But when Nickelback first came out with Silver Side Up, they were good. They were something fresh. I feel like Nickelback at this point would be a good greatest hits vinyl. Oh, for fuck's sake, you imbecile, Chris. It just the gin and tonic is just pouring into the phone at this point. So
Yeah.
I just feel like a good great I've never owned a Nickelback album.
Thank
But
God for that.
They're kind of like oh, for fuck's sake, I swear to God, I am gonna fucking kick off in a minute. So I feel like Nickelback are one of them bands where it's kind of like Foo Fighters. You've got the greatest hits, and that's it. That's all you need.
Yeah.
You know,
You don't even need that.
Yeah.
on the White Horse side, though, Rob.
Nickelback is like herpes. You really don't need it.
Yeah, but everybody
Oh.
gets it at some point.
It's kind of like my dad saying about how you met my mum. he said I had to come inside her to feel how she really felt about me. So I was like, okay, good. So, oh, I swear to God, this fucking gin and tonic is doing my tree at this point. But anyway, I will pull you up, as she said. But
We're off the rails now, folks.
Yeah.
yeah, screenshot this bullshit. So I think Nickelback, greatest hits, pretty much for me. There's a lot of bands at the moment that I feel like I'm not connecting with at all. There's no more rock and roll. There's no more like people throwing TVs through the windows. And Joe and Rob, you probably,
Well,
you
that's
can relate
because
to this.
TVs now are so thin, right? They don't have the
Yeah.
same impact that they used to.
Yeah, you remember the back end on the TV
Yeah.
where it was bigger than actual the screen itself.
Yeah, and it weighed a friggin' ton.
That's
So
right.
I'll give you a little backstory. I used to be best mates with the drummer from the Stereophonics. So
Interesting.
who's now dead. Thanks for that, Sam. So anyway, back to me. So they're like, can we get this guy on every, please, for God's sake?
I love you, man. You're
Yeah,
awesome.
no, it's been great.
I feel like the rock and roll is gone. It's dead. There's no more. Rob, I'm struggling. Like it's like, come on, please, somebody come out with new rock music. And Joe, you probably feel the same. You're looking at albums coming into that shop, and you're going, "Oh, good God, please, not another fucking Fleetwood Mac. Please give me something."
There's rock and roll is not dead. It's just not the genre that it used to be.
It doesn't get the exposure anymore.
It's not a
That's
radio
the problem.
genre.
There's
at
still
all.
rock and
Right.
roll being made. I think of bands like that I've talked to before, like Dirty Honey. Amazing rock band. No one knows who the hell they are.
And I was like, maybe
No
like
one
the-
ever will know who the hell they
I
are.
talk about the Lemon Twigs all the time.
There you
Jangle
go.
Pop Band. You'll never hear them on the radio. I mean, even like, Chris is wearing a Foo Fighters shirt. Like, even like Foo Fighters, you don't necessarily hear their new stuff on the radio. Whatever you want to say about the Foo Fighters or 30 Seconds to Mars, any of those groups. Foo Fighters. Yeah.
But
Fighters.
if you think about it, though, right? Okay, I know Rob covers this a lot, and I love Rob's videos, but like,
I do too.
how many times can you talk about the Beatles or like George Harrison or like John? Like my favorite Beatle is George Harrison. Now George Harrison relates a lot to me because he reminds me a lot of my favorite artist of all time is John Mayer. Like John Mayer relates a lot to me through George Harrison because he's that kind of guitar. He's not the greatest singer, but when he plays the guitar, you know who that is. You can kind of relate. Like if you listen to George Harrison albums, you can kind of go, okay, that's George Harrison. You can tell that is George playing that album. Like whenever he does interviews, he's kind of mellow. He's kind of go like, yeah. I watched an interview tonight. I was like, this is really random as fuck. But he was like, so when Lennon died, my missus was by the side of me and she went, oh, John has died. And I was like, oh, okay. And he went back to sleep. I was like, what? Hang on a minute. What the is going on here? But he was like, that's the way I control things. And I think John Mayer is the same. And another one is probably there's no new artist, or Rob, is it? There's nobody coming out there like White Horse. You introduced me to, which I love.
Where did you start with them, by the way?
I think it was the first album.
The self-titled one?
Because you were talking about they done a crossover. They went from, was it country, or they done kind of like
Country
song
was
like
the
this?
most recent one. So they started the one that's kind of like it's got them in white on the front cover. That's the self-titled, and it's kind of folky. And then they kind of went in.
The one
like-
where she's like the album cover, she's kind of running. It looks like
Yeah, that's the self-titled one. Yeah,
I love that album.
Oh, it's
I gotta
great.
be honest. That was like
that was
okay.
the first one, and I loved it too. It was great.
A lot of people are going to get pissed off for this, but whatever. So I don't like Spotify. I prefer Apple Music.
I don't like
Yeah.
either of them.
Okay, bullshit, whatever. So anyway,
True.
back to me. So I was listening to the album, and I kind of went okay, and I had to listen to it 3 times. You know that album where you go, okay, I'm gonna give this time. I'm gonna give this time. Like Joe,
Yeah.
you've been there with ACDC probably at one time, going, okay, right, I love ACDC. Let's give this time. I'm gonna love this, or kind of Kiss.
Yeah. There's been sometimes that there's been albums that have come out by bands where it's a little bit of a departure, and or if it's not as strong, it's especially tough to follow up certain things. Like, you go from Highway to Hell, using AC/DC as an example. You go from Highway to Hell to Back in Black to then, For Those About to Rock, which is pretty solid, and then there's a drop off. But the albums after that are not horrible. They're just, how do you compete with, the three that you just did when you're probably not your best, but your strongest, your biggest, your baddest.
Okay, Joe, I got a question for you, right? And Rob, you can join in this, and Sam, obviously, because I'm on the live stream and I'm got a fucking option. But anyway, back to me. So, Joe,
Make
if
him big,
you're-
Rob. Make him big.
Don't,
Yeah, there you go.
don't. Oh my God, my head is about to get awesome.
Like
I
the
look
ticker says,
so
it's the Chris Mann
amazing.
show, folks.
It's so ridiculous how good a British person looks. Joe, when you're in your, I don't want to use this word because I'm using another channel's word, but when you're in your vinyl den
Mm-hmm.
and you're alone at night,
Mm-hmm.
What kind of porn do you watch?
Which is often
there's no tissues available, mate, right?
right.
You're on your own.
Mm-hmm.
And you think, what music can I play? What is your go-to?
I don't know if I necessarily have an exact answer. I'll give you my go-to if it's 2:00 in the morning and I'm just about tired, but not.
If
quite
you're
tired.
about to say moisturizer, be careful. There's a lot
No.
of children watching.
No, but to answer your
I
question,
promise there's no
okay,
children watching this shit show.
if it's 2:00 and I've listened to a bunch of stuff, and it's like, okay, one more. That go-to, to be quite honest, is usually Dire Straits, and it's usually
Yes,
making
mate.
movies.
See, we're coming back to the British bullshit again. Now,
Yes, yeah. but if, as an honest
what
answer
song? What
to a
song?
good
Like
question,
Dire Straits. Which song are you going to? Come on.
well, like I said, the whole album Making Movies is probably
Romeo and
this-
Juliet.
right,
Romeo
right.
and Juliet.
Right, let's stop the bullshit. Joe,
all right.
I'm talking to you like a man from
All
Britain.
right.
What song are you going to?
If I'm going to pick a single Dire Straits song,
Yes, go now. Your life depends on it. You're on the one I watched the other day when you were on an island or some bullshit with Rob and something said, "Oh, I'm going to jack off" or some bullshit with beer and vinyl, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to take my beer." You can't take the beer, mate. You just got vinyl. That's it.
Telegraph Road. If I
Okay.
have to pick one, I know that's not on the album that I just said, but if I had to
It
pick
isn't.
one.
No, it isn't.
Well, I know that. I got that part. Back to you though.
I love that. Thank you.
No, I'm interested real quick because Chris, you mentioned John Mayer, and nobody talks about John Mayer. I get like crapped on
Thank
all
God.
the time for talking John Mayer. What is your John Mayer? What is your sweet spot for John Mayer?
I watched John Mayer in Ireland this year on St. Patrick's Day.
Sorry
Mm,
about that.
So it was a present from my girlfriend, Liz.
okay.
Should take it back.
I was crying in the concert because that's how much John Mayer means to me.
Wow.
I'd cry
Because
if I had to go.
right,
see
okay,
John Mayer.
I'll do a backstory for this.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, Rob. Anyway, back to me. So
Fuck you, man. This is my show. I'm gonna go back up here. Screw you.
Yeah. So I discovered John Mayer in 2007. So a little backstory. I used to work on cruise ships in America for Carnival Cruise Lines as an entertainer. I actually met John Mayer in 2007. He's on the cruise.
What cruise ship were you on?
That's what happened to you.
What ships were you on? Were you on the Splendor?
I was on the Miracle.
Okay,
From New York.
I've been on the Splendor before.
I bet you have, you dirty bastard. But anyway, so I worked on cruise ships for about 5 years. And after 5 years, I realized that America wasn't for me. And I went back to Britain where everything is, no, I won't say better, but the music is better. John Mayer reminds me a lot of Eric Clapton. A lot of the riffs and stuff. I don't like Eric Clapton, but I just like John Mayer's sound and the way he describes his life. That Joe and Rob is like, what actual fuck are you talking about at this point?
I can't like John Mayer.
I'm with you.
They're going to revoke my Taylor Swift fan card if I like John Mayer. So,
did you know that John Mayer used to date Taylor Swift?
That's precisely why Taylor Swift fans hate John Mayer.
Okay, good. So, I like Battle Studios. I think that's the greatest album he's ever written.
Interesting.
With the riffs. The riffs are just out this world. And if you've ever seen if you go on YouTube, guys, and watch John Mayer with BB King live,
yeah,
that is something else. Where BB King teaches John Mayer how to play the guitar properly.
Yeah.
So
there's another one. He was with Buddy Guy as well. One of those like soundstage shows or whatever it was.
So we actually had John Mayer on the cruise ship, but I was told not to meet him because I was freaking out. I got told by the management crew that so I got a signed plaque by John saying to Chris, please stay away.
No way, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I've got a signed plaque from Liam Gallagher on a potato that is probably worn away at this point. But so what happened, Rob? I'll explain to you. So for the school for my girlfriend's kid, we done a time capsule. So do you get that in Canada? I don't know because everything's frozen.
You think we're fucking stupid or what?
Yeah,
I don't know, mate. I'm just asking a question. I don't know.
Of course we don't want a time capsule. God damn.
We usually have
So
a hockey
we're not
card.
Americans, remember? We're
You usually have a hockey card, a Tim Hortons cup, and a Bryan Adams album in them. That's what our time capsules are. See,
Tim fucking Hortons.
Okay, so ours was original mono Beatles first album.
That'd work.
I love that. A Butcher's Beatles first pressing mono album. You're gonna love that.
I have both of those. Whoopie do.
Right, you don't have the first three, but anyway, back to me. So
I do, but back to you.
You're gonna hate me after this, to be honest. And the third one was something a celebrity has given you that we can put into time capsule that we can send a message to the future. So, guess what I put in it?
A potato.
Liam Gallagher's Potato Pillar that he signed on the skin. Go fuck yourself, prick.
That's awesome.
Okay, so I have a question because it was a good question. It was just a question. It was just a question from 45 minutes ago. Is there an album in your collection that you have solely for the purpose of you're supposed to have that album? Because I actually had this conversation with someone yesterday, the day before. For me, and I actually don't have it because I've sold it and I've had it a couple of times. And this might revoke my vinyl card, but I am not a big fan of the Velvet Underground with the banana on it. That album just doesn't. And maybe I need to listen to it again. Maybe I need to give it more. But I've had it a couple of times. I've listened to it, but I've sold it because I wanted someone else to have it that is going to appreciate it.
Joe, do you think it's a clickbait?
No, I don't think so. No, I mean Sam, you know, when I said it, his eyebrows went up. Like, what the hell are you talking about? That's a great album.
I know what you're talking about.
Right. So it's just like I said, that's one for me, because again, this was a question from a while ago, and it was a good question. That is one I think that maybe some people keep just because they think they're supposed to have it. But I mean, that's what it was for me. And I
think
don't know
it's
if
the
I've got a
same
lot of
as-
other ones. I don't know if I've got a lot of other ones like that where I bought it solely for the fact to go, hey, look, I've got this album and I'm never ever going to listen to it. Like the 13th Floor Elevators is over there and I like it and it's decent. It's not going to go on my turntable a whole bunch of times. But that might be a borderline other example for me of one that, you got to have. But
yeah, for me, Joe, it's Pink Floyd.
yeah, which one though? Like Dark Side or?
All of it. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
To me, it sounds like they've taken mushrooms and tried to make music. To me, it's.
Leave it to
Which
the
I think
British,
they
you know.
did.
I just don't get it. It just sounds like nonsense, complete fucking nonsense, mate. Because it's just. And it sounds like, right, somebody's
John
gone,
Mayer.
oh, mate, by the way, can you play the guitar? Yes, I can. All right, fantastic. Do you know the Beatles? Yes. Right, we're going to tune that up fucking 300%. You're going to take mushrooms on top. You're going to take heroin on top of that. And it's going to sound amazing. Fantastic. Let's fucking play that. That's what it sounds like to me.
I said, don't forget to bring like a cast iron skillet or something like that too to bang on as well. Some Umagoma magic there.
Rob, do you want to answer that, or shall I just insult him right now?
It's your show, man.
He's getting that monetization that you're getting, Rob.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, all 402 subscribers of it, yes. So anyway, back to me. So I just think, to be honest with Joe, I don't get the album at all. I've listened to it about 10, 12 times. It's bullshit. Absolute fucking bullshit, mate.
Oh, there you go. Rob, what about you? Have you got one of those in your collection?
First of all, welcome, Dan. How are we doing? I'm not sure. This thing's gone sideways in a big way.
I'm a few beers in. I don't know.
This is now the Chris show, but other than that, we're doing. I think
It all started with a Gallagher brother and a potato.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's almost
What's
like
the deal with the potato? Yeah.
one of those questions you regret asking. No, I'm kidding. Do I have anything that I
Do you
own
know
because-
who your father is? Yes. Yeah, I do. Yes.
I do.
it
He's
was a
on the
test
wall
tube.
over and he's dead, so fuck you.
Yeah,
Um,
there you go.
What I meant was, what the question started
Oh.
was, I know the backstory because I
okay.
actually cried when you told the story on your
Well,
video.
Thank you. Thank you.
I did actually, because
Um,
I was like, even me and my missus watched it, and she was like, "Oh my goodness, you need to reach out to that guy." Is he
Oh,
okay?
thank you. I'm good though. I'm all right. I'm all right. I don't think that I've got any that I own because I feel like I have to own them.
Right.
I mean, I've said it before. I've been collecting records steadily since 1994.
Yeah, but Rob, come on, mate.
Let me
There
finish.
must be
Shut up.
There must be a
my
Beatles in it.
my show. Let me finish.
Sorry.
It's about me for 1 minute.
I apologize profusely.
It's okay. It's all good. I've been collecting for 30 years and I only have 800 records. So that tells you I don't buy a lot and I only buy it if I'm going to listen to it. So I don't really give a shit what anyone thinks of my collection. So I'm not like, I got to have that record in case somebody, fuck that. I only have stuff that.
Can I
I'm
just
listening to.
emphasize a point, though? I think everybody has noticed this tonight. The T-shirt you're wearing,
Yes.
everybody probably thought that said the Raymonds.
No,
it doesn't.
it's not. It's the
Right.
Oneaters
Okay, so I
or the
did
Wonders.
Okay.
Wonders.
Joe, did you pick up on that? Did you think
Yeah, I
that
got
was
it.
the Raymonds?
I don't know what I got on. Oh, I got a Led Zeppelin shirt on.
Okay, that wasn't a question, but you
No, I know.
crack on, son. You knock one out.
Thanks,
You know what this is from, right?
Yeah,
I
that
have
thing you
no
do.
idea.
That thing you do, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. The Tom Hanks movie from the 90s.
I got to watch that one again now too. All
I
these
haven't
movies we
seen
keep
that in
talking about,
years.
right?
Yeah, it's a great movie.
It
This
is a very good
incredible movie.
Yeah.
That thing you do.
Yeah.
This is the Wonders.
Rob,
Yes.
can I just say something to you?
Why
I don't
not?
know if you've seen this video, but I bought Nebraska. other day.
Ooh.
Right, hang on there. Guess where I bought it from?
Bruce Springsteen.
Okay.
I don't know. You told me to guess. Liam Gallagher.
I bought it on the limited edition Smoke vinyl
Ooh, cool.
from the publisher in the UK. I
Yeah.
can't remember the company. What is it called? Does the limited edition like
I've seen
What?
it. I know the one you're talking about. Yeah.
mate? I played it.
And
It's so what I do is I got Audio Technica LP 120 USB BT, so it's the top of the range one, right? So
Right.
I stream it straight to my Bose 900 audio, like soundbar, the top of the range,
sure.
Pinky up.
mate. The sound, I've never heard an album that good ever.
Wow.
You could
Pretty
you could
good.
hear him playing the guitar, like.
Yeah. Like the pick on the strings.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, what is going on?
There's a really good, I don't know if you've seen it. There's a really good interview that Bruce just recently did on CBS. I think I might have sent it to you, Rob, where he's talking about, is it the 40th anniversary this year of
I think so. Yeah.
Nebraska?
Yeah. 40.
It would have to be 84. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just him, like he goes back to that bedroom where he recorded everything. Really cool stuff. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm really
That's one of
tempted to
those
do,
albums
Rob,
that changed
right?
my life.
Rob,
It
do
just
you know what I'm
blew me
really tempted to do is actually buy another one. I don't mind doing this because I'm self-employed. I don't care. I might actually buy one and send one to you. And I want you to do a video, like
Okay.
comparing,
Okay.
see if you can hear it.
Okay.
Honestly, mate, I played it, and Joe, have you played any like high fidelity like kind of records where you go, oh my goodness,
Yeah,
There's a
yeah,
difference
no,
there.
definitely. Like there's the stuff from the guys out of where the hell are they from? Like I don't have any of the UHQR stuff, but yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. Where you play another album, like you play a different copy of Nebraska, and it all sounds great and it sounds fantastic, and then you get that higher quality, and yeah, you hear his
but
fingers.
I
go
could
across.
hear him like breathing.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
like because that got recorded in his bedroom, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you could hear like how they've done that. I don't know, but that's what got me stuck on Bruce, because it's your fault, by the way, Rob.
Oh, thank you.
Right? Because I watched your video and you were like, "Oh, I'm going through this fucking Bruce Springsteen," and I went, "Okay, I've got the fucking. I bought the greatest hits on Red from Amazon. I've done all that, and I went, okay, let me just listen on my Apple Music." And I went, "Oh fuck, now I'm fucked. Shit, it's really good."
That's the
Yep.
worst but best feeling ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, shit, I gotta catch up on
I've
a
gone
lot.
down this rabbit hole at the moment with Rob's gonna hate this, but for some reason, because I've mentioned it out loud, Amazon has kicked in and gone, "Would you like some fucking Bob Dylan?"
Oh
No,
no.
I fucking
no.
wouldn't.
Yes, you do.
But do you know what?
Just
Some of the
wipe your
tracks
asshole with sandpaper. It's the same.
Hey, wait.
I'd
That's a bit-
rather.
That's a bit harsh.
That's
More
like
like a
120 grand. I'm not talking 80 grand.
yeah, Magic Eraser or
But there's another one I've gone down that I know this is going to cost me a fortune. Is Tom Petty?
There you
Shit.
go.
Oh,
There you go.
Sam and I are both on board with that one.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
So I've ordered. So, just advice, anybody listening in the chat, do not drink and prime.
yeah.
No.
No, exactly.
So I've
Exactly.
ordered the fuck's sake. The Tom Petty Wild Flowers,
And all the rest.
the
Yeah.
fucking box set.
That's my favorite box set of all time.
£150. If you translate that into US dollars, that works out about $200.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got the
but there's-
box set. But you know what? I remember listening to that. Remember lockdown kicked in, guys, and there must have been one album that kicked in for you.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
me, it was that album, and I remember
Awesome.
listening to it, and I went, "This is brilliant. This is it's complete. There's no bad track on this."
Right.
And I went, "Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh fucking shit!"
Well, they
Has
said
there
like
been
that.
an
Like, it's,
album in lockdown for you guys? You gone, "Oh bollocks!" Like for
well,
you,
for
Rob,
me,
it's
I
gotta
mean,
be-
it's funny because Joe just mentioned it. It was that Head in the Heart first record because at that time I was going through some personal things that I won't get into. But when that
Tell the group, mate. You fucking tell the group what you're going through, right? We'll
No,
get you through
we
it,
don't
right?
care. We don't
If
care.
it
my life
doesn't
on the
work,
internet.
right? If it doesn't work, we'll get you on fucking whiskey and everything's sorted. Go for it.
Right. Yeah. That's how it goes on
While
YouTube.
I'm drinking a gin and tonic, go for it.
Before you get into your sob story, Sam, I just got to address this comment. The Jays are starting to play with the Angels tonight, and no one's asked me for my Jays rant in the last couple weeks.
That's
Here it
because they
comes.
got rid of almost everybody except the guys you wanted them to get rid of.
Well, right. I mean, we still got Bichette, even though no one knows where the hell he is because he hasn't played because he's hurt. Now, Vladdy's finally stepped up and he's producing. Thank God.
Yeah.
We still got Springer, who's, dead weight. I mean, it's like watching the Buffalo Bisons at this point in time. And
Can I be honest with you, Rob? Right? I love your fucking rant, mate. I think everybody in the comments would agree with me on this one. And Sam, Joe, when he goes, like I know nothing about baseball, right? Because I'm from the UK, obviously, because we play cricket and rugby and football.
Rounders.
And everybody else calls it fucking soccer for some reason.
Pinky is up. The pinky is up.
Yeah. So, sorry, Sam. I'm talking. So shut the fuck up. So anyway,
Sure.
back to me. So
actually, I'm in the mid rant here, so
Actually,
you
you've
derailed my
interrupted
train.
I'm just like I had to Google it the other day. I was like, "Who the fuck are the Blue Jays? What is going on here?"
I don't wear this hat. I
even-
don't wear this hat just because I'm bald. I mean, that's the main reason I wear it. But
Well, you look amazing doing it, though, Rob. That's the thing.
thank you.
No worries, mate. And that wasn't sarcasm. That was me
Well, thank
just
you.
being, yeah.
Anyway, I'm
That
glad the
wasn't-
Jays.
that
I'm
wasn't
glad the Jays.
sarcasm, that was a gin and tonic. Yeah.
I'm glad the Jays made the moves they made because as much as I was sad to see somebody like Jano get traded, a lot of the guys we traded, I'm glad we did because they were all free agents at the end of the year. We were going to get nothing for them. There's no guarantees that they were going to re-sign. So we got a bunch of minor leaguers to replenish our farm system, which we desperately needed. So I'm thrilled about that. I hope in the offseason maybe we trade Vlad and we trade Bo because I don't think there's any point in building the team around them. That experiment has lasted and not worked. So
I think you keep Guerrero though. No, I mean
I don't know.
He can be that guy that just finishes
Maybe.
there.
maybe we still need
we
to clean house at the front office. I mean, I don't think Shapiro's going anywhere, unfortunately, but Atkins as the general manager needs to go. We need to get rid of Schneider. We need to get rid of Mattingly.
Can I just stop right now?
No, I'm not finished.
Because I'm not getting anything you just said.
I
right?
don't care.
Okay, from a British.
Listen,
I appreciate
there's
that.
two
It's
Canadians
your
on
stream.
here. That's the majority of this panel. And the Peanut Gallery wanted to know my thoughts on the Blue Jays.
Well, hey, we
What
have the Canadians.
fuck? Right,
We
okay.
have we have the Beatles and we have Elvis.
Shut the fuck up for 2 seconds, mate.
I mean, I'm on your side. I'm defending you.
I don't care.
If we want to talk British
Fuck
sports,
up
then
for
I'll
2
talk
seconds.
Formula One if you
Right,
want.
okay. Rob, shut up. Listen to me.
No,
So, Blue Jays, right?
I have this
Baseball.
magic superpower. Watch this. Keep going, Chris. Keep going. Keep going. Come on. Oh, can't hear you. I got a mute
So
button.
much. I love
Keep
them
going.
so much.
Keep going.
Okay. Explain to everybody else who's not in Canada and the US what the fuck the Blue Jays are, because you keep saying the Blue Jays,
Yes.
and everybody's like, "Oh, is that a football team? Is that a football team?" And they keep
You're
searching
you're
for me.
probably the only person outside of North America watching this little live stream.
No, mate. I've shared everything you've done in the last fucking 9 months. So
Oh, okay.
don't give me that fucking
Oh, I
bullshit.
didn't know. All right, so the Blue Jays are a professional baseball team.
Okay.
The only
Explain to
professional.
everybody outside Canada and US what the fuck a baseball team is. And Sam has just gone. Good.
I mean, baseball is baseball. It's like it's the Americans' version of cricket. How do you like that? Is that
Okay.
fair enough?
So why did they call it the World Series when it's only in Canada and the
Because it's the Americans, it's their sport, and the Americans think they're the center of the world. They think. I didn't say they are. I said they think they are.
Okay, good.
So listen, I'm a subject of the king. So I'm very loyal to my British ancestry and quite proud of it. So the Americans call it the World Series, and they figure they can call it the World Series because there's one international team, these guys, and there are players from the Dominican and Cuba.
Okay, so let me ask the group a question, and this should be good. If you could take any member of the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, and Oasis, for every member of that band to make a supergroup, who do you choose? For me, I would choose Liam Gallagher as the lead singer. I would choose Ringo Starr as the drummer. As a bassist, I would choose George Harrison. Can we go through the group to see who
are we picking? We're picking from the Beatles and the Stones and Oasis, and that's it?
But you have to have one from each, or just
the most? They've sold the most albums of all time.
I would just pick the Beatles and then be done with it.
Yeah, but you must even Rob, even fucking Paul has said he's not the best drummer for the Beatles. So let's be like, if you could make the supergroup, okay, who would you choose as your lead singer?
Well, I would choose Liam as my lead singer.
It has to be British.
I would choose Liam as the lead singer, and I would take John because Noel is just a poor man's John Lennon.
Oh, you total bastard!
I said it, and Noel would say the same fucking thing. So,
but do you think he's a better singer?
Do I think that Noel's a better singer than John?
Yeah.
Fuck no.
No, than Liam.
They're different.
Yeah.
And you know what? So actually, Sam and I were talking about this earlier on when I was talking about the new anniversary edition of Definitely Maybe that's coming out, and they just released the demo for Sad Song, and Liam doing the vocal on it, not Noel. And I went, I have never heard Liam sing like he sings in that demo. It's incredible. It's not so nasally like he normally is. I think Liam's a great singer.
Have you seen him
he's probably better than Noel, yes. But he went through a period where his vocals were kind of shit, where he was just too nasal and it just sounded like crap.
The BDI era was bad.
I watched Liam live about 2 years ago. Mate, worst concert I've ever been to. And then I watched Noel, and he was brilliant.
Yeah.
I think
I'm a Noel fan, not a Liam fan, but I think
Joe, where do you stand on this?
Well, what I was going to say is if it's those three bands, I think you Traveling Wilburys it, because there you can have songs where everybody gets a chance to sing.
Sure.
Because those guys can complement each other, not quite the way that the five guys in the Traveling Wilburys complemented each other as far as their vocals go. But you could certainly have a Gallagher and a Lennon singing together on a song. And if it was done well, you could make that work. So I don't know if we need one front man, because if you're going to pick a front man for live, it's got to be Mick. Because regardless of his voice or not, but as far as showmanship, it's Mick. As I'm not saying his voice is the best of that group. And I guess I would have liked to have seen the Beatles where not 8 million girls were screaming and put on a proper show, for lack of the proper term. But Jagger's pretty good out front. So again,
Joe,
as
can
far
I,
as
can I
that
just
part
ask you a quick question here?
goes. Sure.
On vinyl wise, would you rather hear an artist sing, or would you rather play a vinyl where the music is better than the lead singer? So, for instance,
Uh,
if you had the Traveling Wilburys, right, and you
mhm.
had,
Yeah.
for instance, you had Slash, you had this, for instance, Travis Barker on the drums, you had another artist just playing music. Would you pay more money just to hear the music, or would you want to hear the lead,
I think
like
it's
Paul
I think it's
McCartney?
a different I think it is definitely a different type of a supergroup, because you could put together a supergroup where there is specifically a guy that is the lead singer. I just thought that within those three bands there was enough. I mean, they all, well, nobody else. Keith kind of sang a little bit, but the Beatles, obviously everybody sang. So you had one of those groups where there were a number of different vocalists. If you want to put together a super group, right, you have a Slash, and then you have a specific drummer and things like that. So what do I want? I want I don't know. I mean, I love the Traveling Wilburys, that whole sound, everything that they did, and then all of the things that went along with it afterwards, where Tom Petty came out of, where he came from after that, and before, just a bit before that, when he got together with Jeff Lynne and the things that he did. So yeah, that was the long answer, and I'm not sure if it was a answer, but that's the answer for me
I
anyway.
gotta be honest, right? I'd rather listen to the music. So if you had like a Tom Petty, I could listen to Tom Petty all day, just play music, just nothing happening. But then if you've got like that John Lennon kind of mood, the vocals in the background going, imagine putting Tom Petty on Imagine.
Oh
Yeah.
no, would not work.
No.
No,
Think
No.
about it all. Think about it,
No.
Rob. Think about it.
no, no. Imagine works because it's melodic, and Tom Petty's voice does not go with the
No,
spirit
but
of that
no,
song.
but take Tom Petty's sound out. Just Tom Petty playing the guitar
Oh,
on
maybe,
that.
maybe. Oh,
What was the in the Eagles documentary, Rob? Who was it that was gonna sing something, and then they just decided, well, we have Don Henley in the band, so Don's just gonna sing it. Like, it came down to, yes,
that was
you
it
sound
was a
fine.
Don Felder song. I can't remember which one it was,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
that's also
and
because Henley's the biggest asshole in the world.
yes, I know we've established that well before, and I agree with you on that. I mean, there's a band that's got a lot of great voices because they all sound great when they sing, but
Yep.
that came down to, yeah, but we have Don Henley, so why doesn't Don Henley sing it? But so that didn't make a lot of sense. But anyway,
I gotta be honest, Joe.
There's so
Joe,
many different kinds.
I gotta give you props for this one. So the last video you did for the record shop.
Yes, yeah.
I really enjoyed the it was on the poster, but when it was upside down. But anyway, I like your enthusiasm for like showing people what you've got.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate that comes through, because I'm doing it obviously to promote the store, but I'm also doing it because I love the stuff that we've got. I love the music, and I enjoy doing it as well. So that's nice to hear, and I appreciate that,
Explain
Chris.
to me, right, how
Mhm.
a retired guy goes back into a record store, kind of. Yeah. So was it your mate that said to you, like, kind of, okay, I sell hi-fis, and now I want to open like a record store slash hi-fi system. So how would that process happen, and how do you like go about, like, okay, people, we're gonna buy some vinyl. Anybody interested? Let me know, that kind of thing. So how does that happen? Because I'm quite interested, because my end goal for this is
Right.
to open a record shop.
Yeah, yeah. So how it actually went, and yes, Curtis, I do. It's called On a Vinyl. it's basically store centered versus kind of general topic wise. But in answer to your question, question though, Chris, is so I used to be an installer, audio video, right? Big screen TVs, all that stuff. I retired from doing that. And then about a year later, the owner, Kent, asked me to come back and answer phones when they went on holidays.
Right.
And that was great because, I mean, he knew I knew the story. He knew I could talk to the people. He knew I could possibly help them a little bit. So that's kind of what got me back to the shop. From there, he and I were sitting around one day, and I knew that there was a big collection out there. And off the cuff, I said, hey, you want to go partners in on this collection? And he goes, well, yeah, let's do that. But then let's also start it as part of the store. Because, again, part of it, obviously, the main part of it is to sell records and do that. But it is also to bring people into the audio video shop so that they see the speakers and they see the turntables and they see the amplifiers. So yeah, it was just a process of one day, hey, there's this big collection out there. Do you want to partner on it? And that was more so for me to then go and do the pop-ups. But then it turned into, well, why don't we just do it in the shop and why don't we make it a permanent thing? And that's where it turned into. So,
I think personally, like from a vinyl record collector standpoint, I think a lot of people like to see how you actually clean the records.
Yeah. And it's the ultrasonic
Rob,
You just hold them off with the garden hose and just
right. Yeah,
get the hair dryer out.
But I think and I've seen your videos because I subscribed like at the beginning because Rob like promoted it, and I was like, I subscribed straight away, and I watch like every time you put something up. So, for instance, I work from home full time, but I work for a company. I don't want to say too much on this, but I work for a company that is the biggest broadband provider in the UK that provides the US and Canada. I don't want to say too much, but kind of our job is to provide to the US and Canada and Alaska for fiber optic broadband. So my job is to get everybody across these to have fiber optic broadband. Anyway, so, but I was thinking the other day, there must be an easier way of promoting YouTube channels because Rob has got a great channel. You, Joe, you're so like, how can I put it? You give so much information, mate. And it just seems like to me like not enough people are subscribing to the channel. Rob, are you with me on this one? Because Joe is so like, he's amazing, isn't he? Let's be honest.
You know, I mean, I limit myself because I would love obviously to have some more subscribers and things like that to watch it, but I limit myself a little bit because I don't offer shipping and I don't do those types of things. So, I mean, I can see why some might not watch because it might not be pertinent to them. I think it's still informational.
Are you using hashtags, Joe?
Pardon?
Are you using hashtags when you put your videos?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, try to do that as much as we possibly can.
I mean, it launches into a larger discussion about, you know, how well do you understand the YouTube algorithm and how can you optimize for that?
Sure. Yeah.
That's a whole other multi-hour discussion. But
yeah.
You've had issues, Rob, and new with this. Because just being like, I'm going to use the word, right? And I don't care. Like, if they want to strike you, mate, just fucking fast forward them to me. But the algorithm is an absolute clusterfuck because it winds me up. I got banned the other day for going to Starbucks and just asking my mate what vinyl records he bought like fucking 2 years ago, and I got banned the other day at a strike. And I was like,
for what?
Just there was backing music while I was talking to him.
Yeah.
And this happened 2 years ago.
Yeah,
I got strike last week.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, one of the weirdest, and I think I told you this before, Rob, is I don't have it up there now, but I've got a monitor that sits in the back there, and there was a polar bear documentary playing in the background, and that's what shut my video down, or that's what didn't allow it to go and post up, because It saw that polar bear video and I had to just cut certain. It actually gave me a time frame too. So it is. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. We just have to kind of live with it.
Joe, I think would help your channel, and Rob would probably agree with me on this one. Is do you know what people do? Like Rob's done it before. Like you do a room tour. Have you thought about doing because you obviously got the record shop there, you got the hi-fi systems. Have you thought
Right.
about doing like a complete tour
Yeah.
and just putting down like hashtag vinyl room tour? Rob, how did you do it when you done yours? Like kind of
Shit, I don't even remember. It was quite a while ago, but
Yeah.
you should do
Yeah,
one of
no,
the
for
whole.
sure.
You should do one of the whole store, Joe.
yeah, because I was thinking
just
because
the
that'll
record
hit
store,
a
but-
lot more people.
Yeah, I mean, I do other stuff for the store as well on the TVs and the amps and the turntables and things like that. But that's on the other page. That's on the stores page. Actually, YouTube, I get a fair amount of hits, not a lot of subscribers, but we also use Instagram. We also use Facebook, and I get a lot more views on Facebook just because there is a pretty good built-in Facebook group of people that have already subscribed in that to the shops page and things like that. And Instagram grows a little bit as well. So yeah, I mean, I'm comfortable with it. Obviously, yeah, I'd like to see some more people. I think once fall hits, it'll get a little bit better as well. So I'm good with the numbers so far. I'm happy with the way things
Do you
are
know
going.
what?
And it'll get better.
Joe, what I found was right, and Rob, you, I don't know if you want to back me up on this one, but you know the shorts you can do now on YouTube.
Yeah.
So, for instance, the first short I put up
Hi, Curtis.
was to do with my Audio Technica LP 120 BT UX, whatever. It's a Bluetooth speaker. So at the moment, I'm on course to hit 200,000 views on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck
I am.
off.
Yeah,
Really?
seriously. Yeah, check it out on my page.
No, you don't need
it's-
any more views. I ain't watching it.
So, but like you're hitting like when you do a video, I'm hitting like 36 like people are watching it. That's it.
So,
Like Rob, you probably know this.
well, I did an experiment because I went through a phase after I passed 1,000 that my subscribers just leveled off to the point I was getting like 10 a month.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was still putting in all the work, one video every Sunday, one live stream every Wednesday, pouring my heart and soul and a hell of a lot of work into these. I mean, my 20-minute videos that I put up on a Sunday take me 3 to 4 hours to make. Like I still enjoy it. And you know, I'm not trying to be a famous YouTuber or anything, but I
You
thought,
are.
well, this no, hell no. So I thought I'm going to try this short thing. So I started doing a short, one a day, every single day, uploaded about the same time, about 10 o'clock every night, and I did it for 30 days. And the month before I did it, I had 10 subscribers that month.
Yeah.
The month that I did it, I had over 200 that month.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I took a break last week because I was down in the States for work, but I'm going to start doing them again.
So I've noticed what I did was just to fucking piss people off pretty much. I done my entire collection on shorts last month. And I gained 55 subscribers.
Nice.
So I'm on target to hit 200,000 views on my record player. At the moment,
one
it's
video?
on 187,000 views at the moment
On one video.
on one fucking video, mate.
Jesus, the most views I've ever had on one video was 10,000, and that's
You know why? Do you know why though? I spoke to the missus about this, well, Liz, and she reckons that more people view it around Christmas time because they want to buy a record player.
That makes sense.
So, and a lot
Yeah.
of people see sales around about June, July, August time from
Yeah.
Amazon going, there's an Audio Technica. So this one that I've got is a Bluetooth speaker that I put through to my Bose 900 Dolby Atmos soundbar which is amazing sound, as you can imagine.
Sure.
And people are like, "Oh, just click on that." All I did was all I put was Audio Technica LP, what it was.
Right.
I've had it's really close to nearly 200,000 views.
Wow.
All
Crazy.
people are interested in doing is watching what it can do. That's it.
Yeah.
It's a short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It lasts 20 seconds.
Yeah. Wow.
All I said was, I bought a new record player. It's connected to this. Hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. That is it.
Crazy. What's Music Sanctuary saying? Before I forget, for you being with Rogers like me, I have I'm in the Taylor Swift contest as well.
So, Rob, I'm going to piss you off right now.
What else?
Right now.
So, I apologize profusely before I do this. I had an offer to watch Taylor Swift in Cardiff in Wales in UK.
And you didn't go? Fuck you.
No. I don't. I prefer Taylor Swift the older years. So like
I get it.
I don't really get the new music, mate.
I
to be
get it.
honest.
I understand what you're saying. I like all of it.
It's kind of like the Beatles to me. I prefer the older Beatles.
Sure. I prefer the later Beatles stuff.
So anyway, I sold the ticket for £900.
It's
So
weird
I
to
would
say I
have said-
prefer the newer Beatles, eh, Rob?
I
that
prefer
was-
the later stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
I like the younger Beatles myself. It's like in the younger Def Leppard.
Yeah. I would echo the Def Leppard sentiments, but I'm probably Rubber Soul and Forward. So for the most
Yeah.
part.
Agreed. Me too.
Yeah.
But
Nothing wrong with before that. But if you twisted my arm and said, Joe, what are you going to listen to? It's going to be Rubber Soul and Forward. If I had to only listen to certain ones.
Joe, can I ask you a question?
Sure,
Who's your favorite Beatle?
George.
John.
Why?
Post Beatles work. I love them all, but the work that he did after, including and especially All Things Must Pass, just to come out right after the Beatles and have all of that, which probably could have been a lot more in the Beatles than it was. Again, going back to the Wilburys and stuff like that. And so, yeah, that's why.
So can I ask you a top-up question, please, Joe?
Of course, follow up,
Okay.
right?
What makes that album so good to you? To me, that is the greatest album that any Beatles have ever released. But what makes it special to you?
I don't know. Again, I think it's the knowledge that it was around for a while. Certainly before that it got recorded. It just maybe got overlooked, and they just didn't. They, being John and Paul, were not interested in giving George that little bit more exposure. So I think it was a matter of like,
Because my exposure
here's
to
what
George.
here's what I could have done, and so here it is, right?
So my exposure to George was, I got my mind set on you, that kind of song. So when I go back now and I listen to that album, I think he went too quick. That guy, George, he was
Sure, of
just
course.
like, he was so talented. There's
Yeah, no, would have loved to have seen him
Funny,
be around.
Rob,
Right?
that guy, George, was just like, he was like hidden Chet Frazier with the Beatles.
Well, both of them, really, right? I mean, Paul is still making music, and Paul is still, coming up with new music. The album, 2 years ago, was pretty decent. I would have loved to have seen what they all could have done.
Can I be totally blue?
Yeah, I'm not sure how many more albums. I'm not sure how many more albums I could have taken with it being half John and half Yoko. I would have, but because I
think Rob is about to throw me off because I can see
well,
you got the
we're
keyboard.
almost done. I think is what it is. So
I'm a bigger Lennon fan than a McCartney fan,
yeah,
but I'm a bigger Harrison fan when it comes to guitars.
Paul has a bit of a special place in my heart as well because he's the only one that I've seen live, and he was unbelievably good live. So that as well. That's a part of it. For me, he's not my favorite, but like I said, he's got a special place again because he's the only one that I did get a chance to see live. Ringo's got the all-star band out there, but and I love Ringo. Ringo's great. Ringo's a great drummer for the drums that he played, but I don't think even if I would have seen it a while ago, I don't think Ringo and his all-star band could have compared to the show that Paul McCartney put on. For me.
Did you know that?
Oh, I don't know. I've seen both, Joe, and they're both very good, but in different ways.
Sure. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Did you know that Dave Grohl learned how to play the drums through Ringo's sounds?
Ringo gets a lot of shit for his drumming, but Ringo's a pretty good drummer, and there's lots of drummers that will tell you Ringo is a good drummer. So,
He's an unconventional pocket drummer, and
There you go.
there's a lot to be said for that.
definitely.
Guys, it's 5 minutes after 2 hours, so we're gonna wrap this up because I'd like to go see the wife before she goes to bed tonight. So.
Yeah.
Thought you were going to say it's 2 minutes to midnight. We're back
Yeah.
Iron Maiden.
Sorry for banging on, mate.
Nah, it's all good. Thanks for joining us, Chris. It was a pleasure,
Yeah.
man.
Thank you.
Anything you want to say? Anything you want to promote about your channel? Or
Yeah, don't watch Northern Revolutions. Don't watch Joe because they're full of shit. But yeah, pretty much. Do you know what? I'm not going to promote my channel because
All right.
I think personally, and Rob, you're probably going to respect this. Rob's got an amazing channel, but I think we need to push Joe's record shop
Yes.
channel. I think.
on a vinyl.
On a vinyl. There you go. I appreciate it.
We want you to be so
I-
busy that you hire someone so you start selling on the internet.
Yeah.
And start selling online, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, exactly. All right, fine. We'll see. Maybe. Probably not.
Anything you want to say, Joe? Anything you want to?
No, I'm good. After this week, nobody will have to listen to me say, I'm going to Green Day anymore because I'll already have been. So
Oh,
next
by the
week
way,
it'll
Joe,
be-
I bought the Green Day album
yes, I saw you
from
say
your
that.
recommendation. It's fucking good, mate. Oh my
It
goodness.
Very
It
good.
is. I
Very
tell you
good.
what, that song, the last Green Day album I bought was Nimrod.
Yeah, well, there you
Tell you
go.
what, mate.
It's just good. It's just good. So after this week, Rob, it'll be, hey, I'm going to see Springsteen. That'll be the next one that I'm on. So
Oh boy, I
The
can't
only one-
wait to hear about Green Day. So
Rob,
Yeah.
the only one thing I will comment on, which pissed me off this week, is John Lennon just released the new vinyl box set for Mind Games.
massive box.
Did you see how much
set,
it went for?
right?
yeah, it's like $2,000.
It's $100
Yeah.
fucking dollars, mate. That is taking a piss.
It's insane.
Anyway,
It's up there.
this is the Vinyl Guy signing off. Thank you very much for watching. And remember to subscribe. And Rob, do you want to do the link again, mate?
Anyway,
You want to buy
back to
record
you.
sleeves? Go to vinylstorage.solutions.ca.
Yeah, it
promo
is.
code Northern 10.
Back to you,
All right,
Rob.
guys. Thank you, Chris. Thanks, Joe. Anyone watching in the comments that you're still here, I don't know how you made it this far, but thank you. We appreciate that you spent some time with us this evening. I'm not sure what happened, but it happened. So
It
thanks,
was
everybody.
okay. Thanks,
Have a good
guys.
night.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.